Ladies and gentlemen, now I would request the senior expert from Palm, Netherlands, and our guest of honor, Ms. Akiokma, to kindly come to the stage and say a few words. We'd just like to hear a few words, your experience with MIDAS and our people.
Well, on the spot, I would like to congratulate MIDAS with his 35th anniversary. I'm proud that 6 women entrepreneurs were here on stage. That's really encouraging. I myself am a PUM expert, and I'm here just to help other entrepreneurs. And my husband would like to say a few words about PUM. Congratulations.
Thank you. And now I'd like to call upon Mr. Derek Brown, Mission Director, USAID, Bangladesh. He's also our guest of honor. Sir.
Assalamu alaikum. Acknowledge our guests, Mr. Tofa Ahmad, Honorable Ministry, the Minister of Commerce, Mr. Harry Vergie, Dutch Ambassador, these amazing members of the MIDAS Board of Directors, and our distinguished guests. I'm truly honored to be here today to celebrate an important milestone for this wonderful organization. What an amazing documentary about MIDAS' journey that we just watched. You know, seeing these amazing stories, seeing what MIDAS have done for MSMEs, for women, creating access to finance, these are truly amazing stories. You know, I've been in Bangladesh only for a couple of months now. Even in this short period of time, I've been impressed to see the commitment of Bangladesh and the Bangladesh people show towards developing this beautiful country. MIDAS is no exception. Since its inception, MIDAS has been a front-line business service provider in Bangladesh to help generate employment, reduce poverty, and promote socio-economic development. You know, sitting here listening with these amazing stories of these recipients, this is what USAID live for in development, seeing success stories like this. And it really touched my heart to hear these amazing stories that we just heard. It's wonderful to see the organization and its leaders' commitment to development of a sound and rapidly growing micro, small, and medium sector in Bangladesh. 35 years ago, USAID helped to establish MIDAS, as we heard articulated earlier. Today, this organization is a great success story for USAID and a good example of strong partnership within Bangladesh. At USAID, we're very focused on helping countries on their individual journey to self-reliance. Your work seeks to achieve the same goal. This same kind of commitment with helping Bangladesh and Bangladeshis become more prosperous, self-sufficient, and economically successful is something I hope to witness more and more as Bangladesh journey towards being a middle-income and self-reliant nation. Today, on behalf of USAID, I would like to congratulate MIDAS on its successful first 35 years. In closing, I would like to applaud again this amazing board of directors, the management and the staff for your dedication and your hard work. I hope the next 35 years will be even more successful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. That was really encouraging. And now I would request His Excellency Harry Verbrugge, Ambassador, Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, and our guest of honor to kindly come to the stage.
Good morning, Honorable Minister, members of the board, excellencies, representative of USAID. Very nice to see you here. And awardees, all those wonderful representatives of these companies who won these awards this morning. I really am deeply impressed, not only with the type of businesses that you have, but also with the gender diversity, which is truly, truly, impressive. As my USAID colleague just said, he's been here just in his first few months. I'm actually here in my second week. And already in 2 weeks' time, I've met so many entrepreneurial Bangladeshi that I'm sure that I will be, have a business card full of Bangladeshi entrepreneurs, full with hundreds of them when I leave after a few years. So really, Bangladesh has already surprised me enormously. Obviously, as my wife just said, she's a PAM expert herself and has had her first technical assistance done here in Bangladesh last week. It is a sign of a rapidly developing economy here in Bangladesh. Bangladesh, as was just mentioned, is graduating, as they say, towards being a middle-income country in the coming years. And that, of course, is an extremely exciting thing to happen, because Bangladesh has served itself very well in upgrading its economy in the past few years. And I would like to congratulate not only the Honourable Minister here present, but all of you Bangladeshi with this tremendous step forward. For us as foreigners in this country, this will mean a change. This will mean a change of the relationship. Slowly, as we say back home, from aid to trade. From Bangladesh just being a recipient and we as a donor, all of a sudden, Bangladesh will grow into an equal trading and commercial partner. That's what we're looking for, and that's what we're hoping for. As was mentioned, also by a few awardees just now, PAM, the Senior Expert Program of the Netherlands, has been a partner of MIDAS in the past, I think, almost 35 years as well, right? And PAM is almost fully funded by the Netherlands Ministry of Foreign Affairs and has been sending out experts to many countries, but to Bangladesh in particular. This is one of the focal countries, and it has garnered a lot of success. And it's been tremendous rewarding to listen to all these awardees mentioning PAM here as well today. I think MIDAS and PAM have developed a great relationship as one of the PAM representatives in this country. And I was told that there's more than 250 missions have been held here in the last few years, and has really had an important importantly helped to help the economy become more sustainable and more flexible. And I think the MIDAS board should be congratulated for all its assistance that it has rendered to Bangladeshi companies. MIDAS and PAM have approximately the same age, 35, 40 years. So I hope both institutions will manage to have another 35, 40 years together. And that's what I surely hope. And when this program will continue together, the Netherlands, and you can rest assured, will remain a partner of Bangladesh and of Bangladeshi businesses. I think we should continue to focus on less aid, less companies, but more groups, more sectors. Focus on more trade and less aid. Focus on less on single companies, but on group of companies in terms of programs, in order to progress and in order also to improve on the sustainable effects that all this assistance may have on Bangladeshi companies. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, Honourable Minister, truly impressed by this morning, truly impressed by all these awardees here this morning and with all their companies, the diversity of it all. And I'm really looking forward to being a partner of you all in the coming few years here in Bangladesh. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Mr. Ambassador, and welcome to Bangladesh. I believe you will love Bangladesh, and we look forward to working together for a long, long time. And now I would request the Director of MIDAS Board and Chairman of MIDAS Financing Limited, Ms. Rokia Afzal-Rahman, to kindly come to stage and say a few words.
Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Tufail Ahmed MP, Honorable Minister of Commerce, His Excellency Mr. Harry Verweij, the Ambassador, Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, Mr. Derek S. Brown, Mission Director, USAID, Ms. Parveen Mahmood, Chairman, MIDAS. The Board of Directors of MIDAS, the management of MIDAS, and the staff of MIDAS, and the beautiful woman entrepreneurs sitting here. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and good morning. Today is a very important day, as we've just heard. It's a milestone. We are celebrating 35 years of MIDAS. I thank you all for your presence here this morning. A special thanks goes to our chief guest, the Honorable Commerce Minister, because we have always found him to be a friend of the business community. Whenever we have had problems, we've gone to him and he supported us. In MIDAS also, we've seen through the pictures that we've had him as chief guest on several occasions. The business community in Bangladesh owes a lot to the Commerce Minister, and he knows it, because our growth, our GDP growth, our business growth, our export growth, a lot of it is his contribution. So I'm grateful for the support that he gives us today, and we hope we will have his continued support in the future. I'm very proud of my association with MIDAS, only because I have seen lives changing over here. I have seen a small entrepreneur come, micro-entrepreneur come and become a small entrepreneur. You have just heard the stories. A small entrepreneur has come and we have seen him or her become a big entrepreneur. We have seen the improvement in the status of women. The women who came to us 20 years ago have improved their lives so much. They've improved their status in their families, in their communities, in society. They've proved to themselves, they've proved to us, they've proved to everybody, yes, they can do business. So we have been successful in creating businesswomen and business leaders, and we are very proud of that. As a case study, if I take Salina's story, Salina first came to us with vegetable dyes, which she has specialized, and she was producing very quality products, and she was exporting them. She got an award for that also, but as she just said, that she found her workers were not well and they needed help and support, and now she has won the first and one of the largest senior citizen centers. She gives support to other kind of specialized children, and it's really wonderful work just seeing the growth of her business. We heard from Remo Chemicals. We knew how he was doing in pots and pans, and now he's become a big industrialist. All this is very gratifying for us, very rewarding. And we had a board, a very enlightened and very committed board. People who were very high-profile business people, like Mr. Samson Chaudhary, Mr. M.M. Ispahani, Mr. Amirul Islam, Roshan Ali Hirji, they were very successful and had really big businesses. And yet, I was surprised that they could find time for MIDAS. They never missed a board meeting. We went on field trips. We went to Noakhali, we went to Chittagong, we went to Feni, just to see what was happening and what we could do more. And I was surprised at the commitment, and the commitment came because they wanted to change Bangladesh. They were doing well, but they did not want to walk alone. They wanted to do for others, for the benefit of other people, so that these people could also benefit from them. And I used to respect the commitment, dedication, the work they did for MIDAS. The work, this was all voluntary work. We were never paid for anything. And yet, attendance was 100%. They always made to board meetings. They never said, well, we have another meeting or we are going somewhere else. And they worked for these people. So I salute the board members. As we heard earlier, MIDAS has been a pioneer in collateral-free loans. Again, a lot of credit goes to board when we found that the small borrowers did not have any collateral to support. We in the board agreed, okay, we'll start. We'll take a risk, but we'll start. And that was our biggest success. We found, compared to big loans who were giving collateral, the collateral-free loans were paying back regularly. So today, we know that the small loans, the people who do not pay collaterals are the good borrowers. The big borrowers who give collateral and make huge industry are not necessarily good borrowers. So this is our own finding. We were also pioneer in introducing women to business. I was the woman on the board, and when I approached the board, we had, as I said, a very enlightened board. They said, yes, we want to help women. And then we started the Women Entrepreneurship Development Committee, and we had collateral-free loans. A lot of women came up with that. We started MIDAS Mini Mart. Again, the credit goes to the board because they allowed so many women, 20 women got a loan. We took up, MIDAS did some work there. They took up a house, made it a shopping outlet with diversified products. And these women all paid back. And the success of the first woman on Mini Mart brought out another one in Gulshan, and then in Bailey Road, and then one in Uttara. So MIDAS has been pioneering in the mini marts also. In the coming years, as Bangladesh becomes a middle income country, we will continue doing development work specially focused on SDGs. And I have to say that MIDAS has always been very focused on development work. It is development work that we will be focusing in the future also. And with those words, I thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. And now I would request our chief guest, Mr. Tofail Ahmed MP, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Commerce, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, to kindly come to the stage and grace the occasion.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. His Excellency, the Honorable Ambassador of the Kingdom of Netherlands, the country director of USAID, the chairperson of MIDAS, Ms. Parveen Mahmood, the managing director of MIDAS, dr.a.s.m.mashi-ur-rahman, many other important guests, including my respected Mr. Al-Hussaini, who was one of the senior most bureaucrats of our country. He was the chairman of Public Service Commission. He was secretaries when Father of the Nation was the Prime Minister. Mr. Anjan Chaudhary, the beloved son of our respected Shamsandit Chaudhary, whom I remember, and many other important guests like Mr. Ghulam Rahman, who was also a secretary and head of the Anti-Corruption Commission. Other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, and a very good afternoon to all. It's a great pleasure for me getting an opportunity to come to attend this beautiful meeting, which is the 35th anniversary of MIDAS. You know that the morning month of August was just ended. I firstly remember and pay my homage to the great leader of the world who has created this beloved country, Bangladesh, the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur-Rahman. I pay my homage to the 3 million martyrs who sacrificed their valuable lives for our independence. Today Bangladesh is moving towards the positive economic development under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, Sheikh Hasina. Once upon a time, that means immediately after independence, many economists said that Bangladesh will be the model of the poorest country of the world. Someone said even that Bangladesh will be nothing but a bottomless basket. But if you consider the case of the present Bangladesh, what is today, those people now started saying the rise of Bangladesh is nothing but miracle. We have become the role model of economic development. MIDAS is playing a very important role for micro, small and medium entrepreneurship, because they are helping the awardees who got the award for their great achievement. I congratulate them. I was thinking what it was Bangladesh immediately after independence and what is today. I had the opportunity to work with the father of the nation as his young political secretary. I saw how he worked for reconstruction of this country. When he was coming back from Pakistani prison on 8th of January, in London, when the journalist asked him a question, that you are going to your country, but that is totally destroyed, devastated. What you will do? The father of the nation was mentioning, my people are there, my soil is there. One day, I will make this country a golden Bangladesh. So he started his journey having nothing in his hand. We did not have any foreign exchange. There was no road communication. There was no plane, no bus, no truck, Even the Bhairav Bridge, Hades Bridge was totally destroyed. Even our Chittagong port was also destroyed, which was salvaged later on by the Russian experts. So that was the country. But when he was killed, along with his family members, Bangladesh was in the right track. Then we were ruled by military junta for 15 years, and we took the responsibility of the government after 21 years in 1996. I had the opportunity to become the Minister of Commerce and Industry. So I remember in 1997, I also attended one of the function of MIDAS in Dhanmondi playground, if my memory works. And now I saw in the video presentation that there are some occasions where I was also present. So the description which was given by the winners of the, this MIDAS, from MIDAS, they mentioned how they started, and a freedom fighter, I have just forgotten his name, he mentioned that immediately after independence, how he started working. He fought in the liberation struggle, then getting help from MIDAS, today he is in a very good position. I think he is supplying the products to the pharmaceutical industries. If I can understand, that is API, active pharmaceutical ingredients. If I am correct, I do not know, because that is also connected with my ministry. Even the activities of MIDAS was discussed in the 11th Ministerial Conference of WTO in Buenos Aires, Argentina, where I was also present. So, Ms. Parmin Mahmood is a very, the knowledgeable and very, very active in different areas, including our ICAB. She is a chartered accountant working very hard. I pay my homage to the former chairpersons of this MIDAS, including Mr. Samson H. Choudhury, who was a great man. One day I saw in a newspaper like Jonokontho, in full page about his rise. He mentioned how he started the business in Pabna, a square. I think there are 4 people. Then gradually he took the responsibility, and now one of the biggest industrial units of Bangladesh is a square. So he is the creator of that square. He was even connected with many, many social works. He visited my birthplace Bhola and looked to the poor people. He met with the poor people and helped them. So Mr. Sadri Spani and Baruj Spani, before the death, before 2 days of his death, we are in a meeting, and I mentioned, I think that was also the meeting of the pharmaceutical industries. He was present, and I mentioned about him, looking at him in that meeting, but after 2 days he died. So I pay my homage to those people who are corrected in this organization. Now, our total export last year was near about $37 billion, only from the products. But including service sector, we reached to the target of $41.5 billion. But you all know that in 72-73, our budget was 787 crore taka. 700. Our last budget, it was 464,000 crores. and our export is now $41 billion. Reserve is $33 billion. And in my telephone, there is a discussion of Pakistani intellectuals in television talk show. So one of the person was telling to Mr. Imran Khan, the present Prime Minister of Pakistan, give us, make us like Bangladesh. They are in the capital market, their investment is $300 billion, which in Pakistan is only $6 billion. That is there. It is. I was just showing that to the Prime Minister another day. And they mentioned that their export is $40 billion. They mentioned 40 billion, and their reserve is more than us. Our production of electricity is more than Pakistan. So when I was going to Argentina to attend the MC11, I had the opportunity to meet with the then former Commerce Minister of Pakistan, Mr. Parvez Malik. He was sitting by my side and telling me that you are ahead of us in every respect. Your reserve, your export, your remittance, your production of electricity is higher than Pakistan. Even Nobel laureate Amartya Sen mentioned that in social and economic sector, Bangladesh is ahead of Pakistan in everything. Even in some social sector, Bangladesh is ahead of India, because our longevity is more than Pakistan and India. Our mother mortality, child mortality is less than Pakistan and India. Our birth rate is also less than Pakistan and India. So that is Bangladesh today. Our export in 1972-73 was $348 million only, which is now $41 billion. And we used to export three products mainly: jute, leather and tea. At that time, you see, I just like to mention here that we used to produce 8 million kg tea in 72, but 7 million kg we used to export, because our people did not have capacity to buy tea, to drink tea. Now, last year, we produced 80 million kg, but we cannot export, rather we are importing. So that is the economic condition of Bangladesh today. Because if you go to the village, I have come from a village, when I go to my house, I see there are shops by the side of the roads, sitting people looking at television, in one hand a cup of tea, in another hand a mobile telephone. So the economic condition of Bangladesh is excellent. Even Kaushik Bosu, the famous economist, he visited the rural areas. Coming back, mentioned that I was in Nairobi to attend MC10. So I saw in the internet that he was mentioning that the rural economy of Bangladesh is excellent. Other countries of the world should follow it. So our Prime Minister is working. We have many mega projects, and someone was mentioning about the diversification of export. In our 7th five-year plan, we targeted that our export will be in 2021, which will be the 50th anniversary of our independence, $60 billion, our export in 2021. And we have included the diversification of our product as well as diversification of market. And you know that Bangladesh is going to be graduated from LDC to a developing country within 2024. So the present benefit which we are getting from other parts of the world in the name of GSP or duty-free, quota-free market access, it will not continue. So we have decided that we will go for FTA with many countries of the world. And I like to inform those who are involved in small and medium-scale industries producing the products which I saw. We have started giving them cash incentive. I was asking, I always call Bhabi, Ms. Parveen Mahmood, I was asking her that whether they can export. If the products can be exported, then they will get 20% cash incentives that we have given. So, just to encourage the entrepreneurs. And you know that we are involved in many mega projects, including Padma Bridge, Metro Rail, Kondopuli Tunnel, Matarbari. So, the dream of the father of the nation is going to be fulfilled. Her beloved daughter, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, in 2008, during the time of the election, declared, set her vision, which is known as Vision 2021, in which he mentioned that Bangladesh will be a digital country and it will be a middle-income country in 2021. So digital Bangladesh is no more a dream, it's a reality. And already we reached, we are already in the group of middle-income country, and not only will be a middle-income country, we are going to be graduated from LDC to the developing country. All the three criteria, per capita income, human resource index, and economic vulnerability, all the three criteria at a time Bangladesh could fulfill. So, in the meeting of the Economic and Social Council of United Nations and CDP, Committee for Development Council, they declared that Bangladesh is now in a position to be graduated from LDC to a developing country. So, all these things are with your help and cooperation. Those who are sitting in front of me, all are very respected persons. I just pay my regards to you all, because I am really honored and I became very happy. Before I think 2 months, my beloved Bhabi requested me to be the chief guest. So without knowing anything, and I do not know too many things about MIDAS also, but simply I know that this is a very unique organization and it started the journey from 1982. So that is the reason today is the 35th anniversary. So I congratulate those who organized these occasions, and I just আপনাদের সকলের প্রতি আমার শ্রদ্ধা রইল, ভালোবাসা রইল। সবাই ভালো থাকবেন, সুন্দর থাকবেন। আমাদের জাতির জনক আমাদের এই বাংলাদেশ দিয়ে গেছেন। তার স্বপ্ন ছিল তিনি একটি ক্ষুধামুক্ত, দারিদ্র্যমুক্ত বাংলাদেশ নির্মাণ করবেন, কিন্তু তিনি সমাপ্ত করে যেতে পারেন না। সেই অসমাপ্ত কাজ সমাপ্ত করার দায়িত্ব নিয়েছেন তার সুযোগ্য কন্যা প্রধানমন্ত্রী শেখ হাসিনা। আপনারা দেখেছেন, yesterday saw the reports against the father of the nation, which was given by intelligence branch from 1948. So for 2 years only, no, 48, 49 and 50, 3 years, 10,000 pages only. Then it will be, the 14 parts more are coming, and it indicates what he did for this country. He was in prison for 4,682 days. I mentioned it in the floor of the parliament, in giving the dates and months and years. So he was in prison for more than 12 years, but he did not compromise. But his goal was to create this beloved country. So he could not fulfill his all desires, but her beloved daughter, who is honest, who is, the very sincere and interested to help the common people of this country, like his father, our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib. So before conclusion, I like to thank you very much for inviting me to be present in these beautiful occasions. Thank you very much. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangla.
Okay, We have got a small memento to present to our chief guest, and for that I would request Ms. Parveen Mahmood, FCA, Chairman MIDAS, Ms. Rokia Afzal Rahman, Director, MIDAS Board and Chairman, MIDAS Financing Limited, and also dr.a.s.m.mashi-ur-rahman, Managing Director, MIDAS, to kindly come to stage and do the honor. আমরা জোরে একটা হাততালি দিই। Kindly be on stage because we have some more crests to give away. I would request Ms. Akiokma, Senior Expert, PAM, Netherlands, to kindly come to stage. Yes, ma'am. We have a small memento for you. No more speeches. No. Mr. Tarek Brown, Mission Director, USAID Bangladesh. His Excellency, Mr. Harry Verwey, Ambassador, Embassy of Kingdom of the Netherlands. It's a pleasure and an honor to have you all among us. I would request all of you to kindly be on stage. We are going to have a small photo session. And now I would request the members of the Board of Directors of MIDAS to kindly come to the stage. Members of the Board of Directors, আমরা একটা ছোট্ট photo session করে নিব। Okay. Okay, one more minute, ma'am. We are going to have the members of the MIDAS team as well. Come on, it's photograph time. Members of the MIDAS team. Congratulations, MIDAS, for this celebration. The journey has been awesome and we have beautiful participants here. It was lovely. Just a technical issue, no issues with that. Thank you so much. I would request dr.a.s.m.mashi-ur-rahman to kindly... Yes, sir.
I'm sorry that I forgot to mention very important, very important name. My respected Ruqayya Rahman, who was the president of the Employers Federation, who was the president of the Metropolitan Chamber of Commerce and Industry, who is involved, who was even the advisor of the caretaker government of the during the time of the election, and at the moment she is the vice president of ICC, International Chamber of Commerce. So very respected leader of the business community. So she is also working for economic development. So my tremendous regard for my Bhabi, Miss Ruqayya Rahman. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Mashi-ur-Rahman, the Managing Director of MIDAS, to deliver his vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's my distinct honor and high privilege to express thanks to speakers and addressees of this magnificent 35th anniversary celebration of MIDAS. This 35th anniversary celebration will be the important milestone in MIDAS history. I want to thank you all for taking the time from your busy schedule to join us for this occasion. It is so wonderful to see so many well-wishers and friends of MIDAS in this hall room. I would like to thank the members of MIDAS board, especially the MIDAS chairman, Ms. Parveen Mahmood FCA, and MIDAS team, who are the dreamer, planner, and implementer of the touchy event. MIDAS had been rendering its set duties and responsibilities transparently with regard to consulting and development work in Bangladesh. MIDAS never compromised with quality. Thanks Ms. Ruqayya Rahman, Director of MIDAS Board, for your inspiration speech. I think it will be fuel the motivation of young entrepreneurs to move furthermore. Enthusiastic approach and right plan can do a lot, but financial support is very important to make the dream true. USAID was done that in 1982 by forming MIDAS for the benefit of MSMEs in Bangladesh. Many one thought that MIDAS will be nowhere after withdrawal of USAID support in 1982. But the visionary leaders of MIDAS board and MIDAS management proved that can-do attitude and transparency are the key factors of success. The MIDAS fortune wheel is still moving ahead with encouragement. MIDAS always consider USAID as guest, greatest friend. I think USAID is also the same. The presence of Mr. Dr.a.s.m. Brown, Mission Director of USAID, is the testimony of that friendship. Thank you very much, Mr. Dr.a.s.m. Brown, for your inspiring speech and gracing this event. We hope to do new work for USAID in near future. Another greatest friend of Midas is the Netherlands. The Netherlands had been helping Bangladesh since its independence and is still doing the same. In the year 1997, when Midas was searching for a partner for meeting the technological need of their beneficiaries, at that time NMCP of Netherlands joined hand with Midas for meeting the technological need through their senior experts. Now it is renamed as PAM. Midas is the institutional representative of PAM Netherlands in Bangladesh. With PAM support, Midas already transferred more than 500 technologies for the benefit of Bangladesh entrepreneurs. Thanks His Excellency Mr. Harry Verwees, Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, and Ms. Aki Okma for inspiring us. Hope to do more work with our guest, greatest friend, the Netherlands. Inspiration and mental support along with recognition always help to create extra energy to do work furthermore. Honorable Commerce Minister Mr. Tofail Ahmed MP sir, today you did that for Midas. Thank you very much sir for your inspiring speech, guidance and gracing this event. And finally, I would like to thank all the awardees, those who received Entrepreneurship Award 2018. Hope this will inspire them and go further, move further. And all the sponsors for their gracious support for this event. Thank you.
On behalf of the board, I take this opportunity to thank our chairman, Mrs. Parveen Mahmood. She has taken the initiative to make this milestone celebration. It was her brain and her energy, and we thank you for that. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much for being here today. I would request you to kindly be seated for a while before our guest of honors and the chief guest will leave. So, ma'am, you would like to escort them? আপনাদেরকে একটু ওয়েট করতে অনুরোধ করছি আমাদের গেস্ট অফ অনার এবং চিফ গেস্ট এখন একটু বের হয়ে যাচ্ছেন আমরা তারপরে যাব সর্বশেষে আমরা বের হব
আপনারা সবাই বসবেন প্লিজ আপনারা বাকি সবাই একটু প্লিজ বসবেন আপনারা বাকি কেউ যাবেন না প্লিজ, আপনারা যার যার সিটে একটু বসবেন প্লিজ। আপনাদের সবার জন্য লাঞ্চের ব্যবস্থা আছে, আপনারা প্লিজ একটু দয়া করে বসবেন। অ্যাটেনশন প্লিজ, আমাদের চিফ গেস্ট চলে গেছে, আপনারা দয়া করে যদি একটু সিটে বসেন তাহলে আমাদের জন্য লাঞ্চ ডিস্ট্রিবিউট করাটা একটু ইজি হবে প্লিজ। আপনারা একটু যার যার সিটে বসবেন প্লিজ।